Hey everybody, it's Beth. Today I'm using this wall tile and heart cutout from Dollar Tree. I start by taping down the wall tile to the heart, flipping it over, tracing that out, and cutting it. To glue the tile to the heart, I'm using Tacky glue. You can use hot glue. I just find that it sometimes melts the design on the tile, so I tend to use Tacky glue. So I covered that with the glue and placed down the heart, and then trimmed up any excess that was hanging over. I painted it with a couple of coats of Barley Pink chalk paint by Folkart, covering the front, back, and sides. After I had it dry, I took a fan brush and I'm putting it in some Plaster chalk paint by Waverly. And I wiped off most of the paint and then just used the side of the brush to brush along all of the textured areas of the tile. And then I'm taking this tag hanger that's also from Dollar Tree, painting the sides and back of it with the Barley Pink chalk paint. Just using a small paintbrush to get around the twine hanger. Next, I'm placing that on some scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby, tracing that out and cutting out that piece. I add a layer of Mod Podge to the unfinished side of the tag, and I'm just going right over the twine on there and placing down the scrapbook paper. Now you can just cut a little notch in there to get it on either side of the twine, but it worked out just fine placing it right over it. I then added Mod Podge to the top once that underlayer of Mod Podge was dry. I then painted these 2.5-inch letters. These are from Amazon and they're wooden letters. Painted them with that Plaster chalk paint and then hot glued those onto the tag. Next, I'm making a messy bow. These are 1.5-inch ribbons. Some are wired, some are not. I pinch them in the center and then gather them in my hands in the shape of an X, alternating the different patterns. I used 5 different style ribbons and I used 4 of each piece, so 20 total. Once I have them gathered in my hands, keeping it nice and tight in the center, wrap some twine around there a few times and knot it in the back and cut off the excess. After I cut off the excess, I trim up any long pieces of ribbon. And to get the bow nice and full, I spread apart the ribbons and kind of pull them in an upward motion so it's nice and full and fluffy. I then need to remake the holes in that tile for the hanger. I just use a little needle tool and push a hole through onto the tile on both sides. To get the twine through, because it's such a small hole, I'm wrapping some masking tape around the twine, making that really small and pushing it through the back to the front and pulling that through and making a knot, and then I do the same thing on the other side. Next, the tag hanger. It was too long for where I wanted it, so I removed some of the beads. Once I had all the beads removed that I needed, I retied a knot and then hot glued that to the tile. I then hot glued the messy bow right to the top of that. And that is it for this project. Thank you so much for watching.